Okay, card number 3 was the Gazelle. So for those of you who chose this card, you are like a ball of nervousness, a ball of anxiety or anxious energy. You are always kind of aware of the possibility of dangers that surround you. However, I have to put a huge emphasis on the possibility, not the actual or current situation you're in, but the possibility. So it's things, these images that you're creating yourself that aren't really existing. Will they never exist? We don't know that, but you're creating this fear and anxiety before it even happens. You tend to let your mind race quite a bit, and you find it difficult to sleep at times. You're like super hyper vigilant. And while you're in this hyper vigilant state, it can also cause like a snowball effect, causing you to be in sort of a hypersensitivity state as well. You may have noticed not only are your emotions on edge, or your mental state on edge, you're seeing this like physical response, and your your immune response becomes like in hyperdrive. You might have seen like your emotional mental responses manifesting into more of a physical response. You may find this evident by seeing that your allergies have been flaring up like crazy. You may notice you're more sensitive to certain food groups. You're breaking out. You may have seen maybe some hives or rashes. It's your body's like in super hyper mode, because that is what your mind has been telling yourself. You have this vulnerability about you that actually hugely influences who you are and the choices you make in life, and that's not something you want to give up. However, it needs to be channeled in a more productive way. See, we all have these attributes about us that are either our greatest assets, or they can become our greatest hindrances. And right now, your vulnerability is become a hindrance to you, because you have let it basically overtake or control your mind. Try flipping your perspective. So when you find yourself in this like hyper vigilant, anxious, nervous state, try to find the truths instead of the what ifs. Try to like look on your surroundings and notice all the things you're sure of instead of all the things you're not sure of. You really need to look at your current surroundings and not so much the possibilities in your head. Practice taking deep breaths, deep breathing exercises, and just repeat after me by saying, I am safe, I am protected. When you feel like you're getting into that hyper state, just say, I am safe, I am protected, and just start pointing out what's real and not focusing on what's not real. Does that make sense? So I am safe, I am protected, because you really are. You are safe and protected by the universe as long as you are willing to listen and believe it to be. And anything that's get thrown at you is for a purpose. So there really is no reason to be anxious, because what's going to happen is going to happen. So focus on the now and focus on your current surroundings and what's actually real, instead of focusing on the make-believes that are in your head. I am safe. I am protected. I am safe. I am protected.